Hello everyone, and today we're taking a look at Decay's Rink Rave, a new Michaels exclusive Spooky Town that just came out in 2026. So let's unbox this bad boy and see what all it comes with. This is the box for Decay's Rink Rave, so if you're going to head on over to Michaels, this is what you're going to be looking for. And as you see right here, it is a Michaels exclusive Spooky Town. And if we come over here to the wonderful little price tag, you'll see that it's going to retail in the US for $209.99. So make sure you have plenty of Michaels rewards points or coupons to use on this. The Spooky Town comes packaged in the cardboard, so if you bought some of the bigger Spooky Towns, then you're probably quite familiar with this. The Decay's Rink Rave is quite a large piece, and it does come with a lot of accessories. So let's take a look at the minifigures that come with it. So in total, the Rink Rave is going to come with 12 miniature figures. We're going to go over each individual one here in a moment. We have 4 in front and 8 in the back. They are going for a nice 80s theme, and you're going to really like them. Each one of them has a magnet on the bottom, and on top of the roller rink is, I believe, talcum powder to help them slide around on top. So let's go over each of the minifigures that you will get within this Rink Rave. Okay, so the first one we're going to take a look at is like this 80s witch with her broom at the roller rink here for a dance. She's wearing leggings from what it looks like. I lost focus. A nice little witch's hat, and they all seem to have like this 80s theme to them. She's a bit interesting, but overall she's got gray hair. Nothing too stand outish about her. So let's continue on and move on to the next one. We have, I think this is, oh my God, I'm drawing a blank, Frankenstein's Bride. Right, white stripe up the side of the head, nice little 80s look, lots of neon greens and deep blues with some pinks. Very clashy colors, really bring out that 80s vibe. Moving on, we have Mr. Werewolf Boy Man. Wearing red and orange, definitely lots of primaries, lots of secondary colors, sweatband and everything. So each figure seems to be decorated for this. All right, we have old zombie dude in a tracksuit. Old zombie dude in a tracksuit, front and back, gray hair. All right, so I opted to do this 2 at a time from here on forward to go a little bit quicker. So here are the only 2 couples. So if you're looking for like couples dances, you only have 2 minifigures. The magnets are bigger on the bottom. The skeleton with a top hat and the trench coat is cute. I'm vibing. The color choices are really unique and interesting, like a pink bracelet, a nice little blue sash, and a flower on her hat. Overall, they're wearing roller skates. I didn't mention that before, but a lot of them are wearing roller skates on the bottom. Here, it looks like we have 2 normal human zombies, or probably vampires to come to think of it. Just some nice 80s clothes. Not too much to say about these 2. They just look kind of really generic. Purple pants, really leaning into the purples. The next 2 are going to be, look at all that powder getting left behind, are going to be like a Grim Reaper or a skeleton, fully clothed with the purple thing and a gold fanny pack. Nothing too interesting about him. I keep losing focus, I apologize. Moving on, we have Mr. 80s Million Dollar Man, pink outfit, front and back, roller skates, ripped jeans, full pink, rotten leg right there on the bottom, and red hair. Next to another pink outfit mummy guy, kind of just standing in a standard pose, rolling, relaxing. All of them are posed in kind of pretty interesting ways. I'm going to move him around. Blue, pink, purple. Interesting colors. This guy has like a boom box. I think that's one of the more interesting things about him. Boom box in it, blasting it. He wants to hear his own music. You'll notice that. I think someone else, we'll take a look at them in a minute, has some accessories as well. But he's boom boxing it, kind of hoping he wants to listen to his own tunes when he comes to a public rave. And then the final 2 is Frankenstein and zombie with headphones. So lots of individuals in here, lots of pinks, lots of purples. Frankenstein probably trying to catch up with Frankenstein's Bride. Or hopefully that's Frankenstein, or do you think that's just a zombie? No, that's just a zombie. Oh my God, that's just a zombie. And then this guy right here. Red bands, kind of 80s vibe in it. Overall, pink socks, pink, lots of interesting color choices, kind of coming off matte, more matte and less flamboyant. All right, let's put these bad boys on the roller rink and I'll show you how they go on. Okay, so we're looking at this piece from the top down view now because we need to put our miniature figures on it. Each one of these musical notations is a magnet. So when you turn it on or turn it off, it should spin all the way until it stops on these musical notations, like a sharp or something like along those lines, and that's where your magnets are going to be. So let's just start lining them up. Let's put the couples next to each other. I think that's fun. And then we're going to just kind of put the broom lady over here. And we're just going to keep setting it up. Kind of just having fun. Maybe you'll also notice that this piece is really, really big. So this is kind of like a generic first impressions video. We're going to do a little bit of a review towards the end. And so as you see, I'm just placing each one of the pieces onto these musical notations. The sharp, right? I think that's an eighth note. I don't know what this one is. And so there you go. And that's just simply how you put it on, and then you can power it on. So let's take a look from a top-down view, right? And then there's also another piece that you need to attach. But as you see, so what's next is really important. So if we turn it off, I've seen a lot of information saying that it doesn't turn off right away. But watch, if we turn it off, it keeps spinning for a moment. And then eventually it's going to stop because all the, oh no, we forgot a guy. All the magnets are going to line up right there. See? And so it makes it real easy to take your pieces off. Let me get it correct. To take your pieces off and put them back so you don't need to drag them around and guess where they're going. So if we come over here, this is simply how you turn it on. All right, turn it on. Start spinning. Absolutely wonderful. It does have music, which we'll take a look at here in a moment. Turn it off. And it goes for a few more moments until they all line back up and right back on their musical notations so you can easily remove and set them up. So there are two more pieces that are detachable from the DJ's Rave. You have these magnets right here, right? These cool little trees, they come off. We can take a look at them over here. There's one, and then here's two. Both of those come off for better storage. Right? And they actually they like wirelessly resync back up, as you see. Right over here. They hook up right there. I don't know of another Spooky Town piece that does this, but I know I just started collecting them again. Hopefully we don't get my bare feet in the shot. And then they easily slide right back in, and then it's all assembled. This is a very large Spooky Town piece. So let's dive into like the full review. So the first thing I look for with any Spooky Town is maintenance. Like, what am I going to have to maintain on this piece? Especially when I open them up, what pieces need to be glued, which ones need to be fixed, all of that. So the ones that are going to stand out to me are going to be these gargoyles, which are nice and secure. And as you see, there's actually a purple LED light right there. So they're on there pretty secure. They're not like the little miniature birds or these pumpkins down here. Everything is nice and secure to this piece. There's not like those loose pieces. These trees are a little bit loose. But you don't have like those pieces that immediately come out of the box that you need to glue right back on. Even the minifigures, if you take a look at them, they're all relatively secure, solid. There's not too many loose pieces. I mean, right along the front, you're gonna have these skulls though, which you may need to maintain over time. But overall, there are no loose pieces you need to worry about. They all seem relatively attached. The gates, the lights, the fences, the stars, they're all nice and secure. No loose birds, no loose skulls, no brooms, no nothing. The speakers are nice and secure. The DJ in the back, he would be probably like one of the ones that you would need to replace. The turntables, everything is on there glued tight, nice and secure, even the shoes in the corner. So as far as maintenance goes, this isn't going to be one of the pieces that you're gonna have to maintain a lot, or at least fix the second you buy it. In the back of the roller rink, you're going to see all these billboards or advertisements for things like Totally Terrifying Haunted House, Ghouls Just Want to Have Fun Boutique, Gag Me with a Spook Yogurt Shop, Rad Monsters Makeovers, and the Gnarly Gourd Pub and Grill. These are not references to other Spooky Town pieces, which is unfortunate. I feel like that's like a missed opportunity, especially to some of the classic ones that would have been really fun to see. But this one is like really familiar feeling to me. This orange this orange background with the black house, it reminds me of something. Like bats flying out of it. What show is that? Anyway, back to what we were talking about. All types of ads along the background. I'll kind of want to leave the piece on so you can kind of see what it looks like lit up. Okay, let's take a look at the second main attraction, probably the secondary piece. It's this DJ Roller Rinks Rave, the main background. We've already looked at the two trees. Let's take a look at his turntable as well as the disco zombie, kind of getting everything going for us. I spoke earlier about how the pumpkins are nice and secure, and I stand by that. At least ours are nice and secure. The speakers are nice and secure as well. The skulls have a lot of glue around them, and they're kind of sunk into the disco table. The turntable looks like it's just like painted on, or it's not quite a sticker, but it is painted on. A sticker would be like something else. This has really no texture to it. It's a little grippy, but it is a tape deck and a record player. Another skull, another speaker, pumpkin, and shoes. So this is kind of the only cheap. It kind of has like the same feeling as the big sign up here. It's a little textured. It's not a sticker, so it's something. So moving up, let's take a look at the big roller rink sign at the top. Decay's Roller Rink Rave. Purple, purple, green, green. Interesting colors. The skull has headphones on. He's textured. He has teeth. His teeth aren't individually textured. It's just they painted him on. The crack in he does have a crack in his skull though. Right? Let me see if I can get it. This crack in his skull is actually in the plastic up there at the top. So that's not painted on. The crack is actually real, surprisingly enough. The trees kind of have like those lights that they use on them. They're well glued. You have like wire all around them. All right, and then this piece does need a plug. So if you're planning on adding this to your collection or a setup you have, you will need to have an outlet or an extension cord running to this piece, and then you need to plug it in. So it's definitely one of the more major pieces in your Spooky Town collection or display. All right. My review of this piece is it's absolutely phenomenal, especially if you're setting up an 80s Spooky Town. I know I say that a lot about the Spooky Towns, but if you have like the Game Over arcade or in the Nightmare video, you can really set up this 80s vibe, kind of haunted small town, which is something I plan on doing in a future video. So that will be really, really, really fun to do, kind of see how everything comes together. It is a very, very large Spooky Town piece. It's not going to be sitting on like our wood shelf that we set our displays up on. It's going to kind of have like its own little area. It'll probably come in and out depending on what village we're setting up for the YouTube channel. Overall, it's really high quality compared to some of the other Spooky Towns that have come out in the past. This one doesn't have a lot of maintenance. I know I keep bringing that up, but it's just something to think about if you really don't enjoy super gluing everything. It seems relatively advanced, no battery powers. All the pieces all the little pieces will come off, they'll detach. The miniature figures are pretty unique. I wonder if they'll sell like these guys in the future to add different ones or just ones on other magnets. It'll be interesting. I wonder if I could create my own magnets. I think that'll be a fun little challenge. Overall, it's one of the better pieces. It's one of the more expensive pieces, or one of the more expensive Michael exclusives. And if you're thinking about picking this up, I would ideally pick it up if you're trying to set up like an 80s theme. So if you have a few of the 80s pieces from the past, then this is going to be one for you. Let me know what you think of it down in the comments below, and if you're going to pick it up. All right, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Catch you all later. Peace.